busy legal week. Opening statements set to begin today in his hush money criminal trial that will be ongoing every day for possibly the next few weeks. He also has a hearing this week on the $175 million bond he owes in the Letitia James civil fraud case. Tomorrow there will be arguments to determine whether Trump has violated the gag order against him in this hush money case. And then on Thursday in Washington, the Supreme Court will begin to hear his argument that he should have presidential immunity when it comes to the federal election interference case. For more on what we can expect in court in Manhattan today, I'm joined by trial attorney Arthur Aidala. Good morning.
That's a busy week. Maybe that may have set a record. If you think about it, it's the United States Supreme Court to actually being on trial. So you're going from the lowest level, right, the trial court, to the highest level, the United States Supreme Court. And in the middle is this whole bail bond thing. Yeah, I'm sure when he woke up this morning, he was like, man, I got a lot going on.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
And by the way, he's doing something else. Oh, yeah, he's running for president. That may tie up your brain a little bit.
So let's talk about what is going to be happening in court today. They've got the jury selection out of the way. It's showtime for the prosecutors and the defense attorneys in terms of opening statements today.
So I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe Todd Blanche, who's the lawyer you see all the time with the president, is going to be giving the opening statement. I don't know who's going to be giving the opening statement from the prosecutor's point of view. I can tell you, having been there at 7:30 in the morning, they're both nervous wrecks. I mean, the whole world is watching. And an opening statement, Pat, really is where you can win or lose your case. Because they've done studies, and 80% of jurors, what their verdict is after the opening statement is ultimately what their verdict is. So you need to come out there with passion, but with facts. And as the defense attorney, I think you want to embrace the judge as much as you can, and you know what the judge is going to charge them on the law at the end of the case. If you could start talking about it now and say, you're going to hear the judge tell you at the end of the case that X, Y, and Z, and I'm telling you today that they will not prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt because Michael Cohen's a liar. Michael Cohen should be a co-defendant in this case, not a cooperator, and just start beating them up. And as the prosecutor, you have to say, we have all the evidence. There's going to be no doubt in your mind that he's guilty, and you have to find him guilty.
Look, Trump's instinct is to push back at everything, and you know, the delay. The attorneys on behalf of Trump don't want to be seen as jumping in and angering the judge. Is there a difficulty there that Trump may want them to be more active in the court than they think is appropriate?
Well, from people I've spoken to who are inside the court, it seems like his defense team, and I know them, they're doing what they need to do from a legal point of view. Look, Donald Trump doesn't know the law. He doesn't know what appealable issues are. So he doesn't know what if you don't object at the trial level, you cannot raise it on appeal.
Right.
And they have to be prepared for the appeal. So they're getting yelled at by the judge. But I'll tell you, Pat, sometimes when a judge starts picking on you in front of the jury, it helps. On the lawyers. Because the jury starts feeling sympathy. Wait, is this a fair trial? How come the judge never yells at the prosecutor and is always screaming at the defense attorney? So you never know what those jurors are actually thinking.
What about those jurors? They're under some pressure. Some of them dropped out after being initially selected. Yeah,
and I won't be surprised if you see a few more drop out. Look, I tell people in jury selection, this may be the most important thing you do in your life from a civic point of view. Yes, you have to pay taxes. That's an important thing. But in terms of serving our community, it's huge. When people ask me, how do I get out of jury duty? You know what I tell them, Pat? You don't. We need you. We need great citizens to hear the facts of the case. And I'm sure that they will do their job.
It's a case that requires that jurors connect some dots between various things that happened and what the law says. Is that an overly complicated case for the Manhattan prosecutors to put forward?
No, it's not overly complicated. They've done it with much more complicated fact scenarios in the past. One of their biggest hurdles is, without going too deep into the law, but they need to address it in their opening statement, is hypothetically, if you're running for president and you're going to buy a suit, and you're buying a brand new suit because I'm running for president, that isn't, it's got to be that 100% of how you spent that money is only for running for president. And you can make the argument, well, I bought this suit. I also have a wedding to go to the next weekend.
Right,
and that's enough. So you could say, yes, I didn't want Stormy Daniels to ruin my campaign. I also didn't want my 14-year-old son, Barron, to hear about his dad doing this. If one or two of those jurors believe that there were multiple reasons, that's reasonable doubt, because it's got to be 100% that it's only for running for president. He's got a shot at a hung jury. I don't see an acquittal. I don't see 12 people saying not guilty. But I could see 2 or 3 jurors, all he needs is one, saying, I don't feel comfortable under these facts, under this law, saying that the former president of the United States, who may be the next president of the United States, is guilty.
We'll see how it plays out very soon.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks, man.